And now, oh, I forgot that button. Okay, guys, 1 second. We hit the wrong button. We're going live. Okay. What? Welcome into another episode of Blockchain Brew Show. I'm your co-host. With over here we have Trent and Nader with his violet red new background that's brilliantly colored. And we have in this corner Mr. Caleb and Brown, Jesse himself to lead the way. Guys, you have a loaded show today. Thank you so much for joining in. We have lots of news to go over. We have Trump bomb Iran, Iran bomb Israel. It's okay. It's a fun story. We're going to go over for you guys. And what is going on in the charts? Are we on a pump cycle right now? Is altcoin season around the corner? We will find out in just a moment. Please like that golden thumbs, but not down, please, because unless you want Trent to change his color from red to blue. And when we prefer the actual green. Green means I'm going to go up, Trent. And I'm going to go up, Trent. Here we go. We got the golden thumb, and we have the subscribe bell. You ring it a couple different times like that. We got 4 rings, guys, and you know why? It's because we're on 4 platinum streaming all at once. And YouTube makes us have to ask for this beautiful, embarrassing statement, being like, please like and subscribe, because it's the only way for us to grow. But over there on X and Rumble and Kick, we grow naturally, guys. It's a beautiful thing, but only over here on X. Twitter. Yeah, X, Twitter, X, YouTube. I meant YouTube. Over there, that's where we have to embarrassingly ask to grow every day, guys. It's okay. But, guys, thank you so much for the support. We're over a quarter way to 1,000 subscribers, guys, in like 3 months. It is amazing support. I'm so excited to be here, guys, and be with you and growing. We're developing such a community. And guys, I have something important to tell you before. These guys don't even know what I have to share. They're getting excited, though. But Black Raven today. Black Raven is the style, man. It is so good. I mean, Jesse's over there drinking a bottle of water, and Trent's over there drinking the same brand every single day. You got the monkish over there, man. You got to get bullish over there, not the monkish. But, guys, thank you so much. We'll get a little ASMR part, but I'm going to take it off to Trent. All right, Trent, take it away, brother. How are you?
I'm doing great. It feels good to be streaming in my house and in my new room instead of my dining room. My sister-in-law did just move out.
Is that the Iranian flag thing you got going on in the background, the red and green?
I was gonna say, that looks good, yeah.
Negative. No. But yeah, my sister-in-law, I'm in a little 2-bedroom house. You know how it is in California, like even a 2-bedroom house is $250,000. But hey, she just moved out last Tuesday, so I have this room. I'm not interrupting the whole house by streaming at the dining room table anymore, and we gave her the boot. So there you go. No, but it feels good to be streaming from my house today. As many of you know, I've been in the hospital. Not me, but my dad has been in the hospital with a burn injury that he, waited 2 weeks to even go get seen. Didn't even want to go to the hospital. We had to convince him. We were on the stream last night, and I was walking down the hallways of the hospital saying that altcoin season is on life support, and I'm there to go revive it. Also,
Oh my goodness.
oh,
Whoa. Is that your dad's
that's
foot?
another.
Looks like a piece of
What
toast.
No
What
one wants
happens?
to see that. Well, you know, he did it to himself actually. Like he had a
Opposite
high
best of
pressure
us.
steam gun at work, and he went to clean some paint off of his shoe.
So it went through his boot, or was
Yeah.
he like?
Yeah,
So he literally shot himself in the foot.
yeah. As
That's
the old
the best of
expression
us.
goes.
So high pressure steam gun would just like get ripped through like the leather. I don't know if there was a steel cap in his boot, and it just went straight through. And like, luckily, it just didn't rip his foot in half. By
Right.
the look of it,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
there's still bones there, no skin, but wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what makes it
insane.
bad is like, you know, the diabetes, like it, you know, it's hard to feel in your feet. So he said he felt like a pinch, and that's when he stopped.
I stopped the pinch. Like, oh, there's a pinch in my foot. There must be
Was
a
his
bee in
foot
there.
just not bleeding everywhere, all over the floor? I don't know. That's crazy. You'd think it'd just be a big like war zone, but
Like, I need to put some aloe on this, guys. I need some sunscreen ASAP, please.
So I've been eating
SPF
like
1000.
a modified carnivore diet now because of that. You know, except for the beer. So like I do, you know, allow myself a little carbs, maybe some oatmeal in the morning and stuff because I don't want to, you know,
Wait, you
I
do
don't want to be
carnivore?
totally like in ketosis and then pull myself out of it with beer and have those wild swings, you know. So
Wait, you
But,
doing carnivore?
a little bit, yeah, modified. I did carnivore. I did carnivore for like 6 months or something. It was the best I ever felt in my life.
really,
Nothing but meat and animal products. Like, and then you get to the point where if you eat like a good sized New York strip steak or something, it's it feels like so much food. You're like not hungry. You could eat like that could be your food for the day, and also your like mental focus and your energy. You're just locked in. I don't know. Like honestly, I would do it if I didn't like this stuff so much. Speaking of that, we've got a Trapped in the 90s drink
Yes,
freshie,
indeed.
and this
How's
is
it?
a double dry hopped hazy double IPA coming in at 8.5% even from Monkic Brewing Company in sunny Anaheim, California.
Whoa.
This
What
one
have
is
you
probably
done there?
brewed in
I
forest,
messed it up,
actually.
Trent.
Oh, you're good.
I messed it up. I
What
got
have
how
you
to fix. I'm fixing it. I promise, guys. What?
Hey, I kind of
What are
like
you
that.
right in, zoomed right in.
There was really zoomed in. My bad, guys. That was me. That was me.
There we go. We're back.
And here's our pour.
One of these
Yeah.
days, Trent, you gotta be the glass and have Molly pour it straight into your mouth on stream.
I'll watch that. I'll subscribe to that.
Hey, that is
Hey.
that content
What's
is
up,
behind a
Calvin?
paywall. That content's gonna have to be behind a paywall. Also, I'm wearing this nice green shirt today because the market's green again.
Marcus Green.
It is. Yeah.
And it says pray for church planters because I'm prophesying new all-time highs for Bitcoin. No, I'm not prophesying.
We'll get there. We'll get there. You don't even have to prophesy. It's already
Yeah,
on the wall.
Exactly.
Jesse, what do you think about that say pumping? It's up 92% for the week.
92% for the week, yeah.
You seen that? Over here, freaking pumping. Did you hear? Hey, what's up, JJ Cryptic's Corner? What up?
Hey.
You seen that? It's because of Wisconsin and Minnesota was talking about using Say to create the stable coin, and they were rated in the same level of, I don't know, like security, processing speed, and whatever as Solana.
Jesse, if you're looking for,
Yeah, that's good.
if you guys are always looking for new potential partners, maybe check out our boy JJ's Cryptic Corner.
Okay.
He's a big Cardano guy like myself, and
Yep.
he's got over. He just broke over 1,000 subs not too long ago.
Oh, congrats. Yeah, I'd love to see some growth.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, we're racing. We're gonna catch up to him now. It's our goal.
Oh yeah, we're gonna pass him now. I mean that was all fun, you know. All fun.
Continue doing what you're doing, and continue upwards in a trajectory. What else do we have on the bubble charts?
We'll look at the top 100 right here, and we're feeling pretty good on our call. At least I'm feeling pretty good on my call on SPX because we set a double top back here at $1.59, and we said it was coming back down to this lower range. I was thinking maybe possibly 85, but we peaked at a low of 9. It went down to a 91, right around there. And then we've been going on an uptrend. So it's feeling pretty good. Maybe a possible trend reversal there.
Yep.
And then we are looking over at Say and just checking out why is it pumping and if it's too late to get in, which I feel like it's too late to get in. You know, I think you'll make gains on there, but you didn't catch it at the bottom. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And then Aptos is in that same market as CE.
Yeah.
They split off Facebook Marketplace, so I saw a project. I know Lark talks about them a lot. I have had some friends talk to me this week about Ondo and the RWA play. I really do like Ondo on the finance. I think the leader in RWA since Mantra went down, which I didn't really like Mantra anyways. Check out the top 200s. And I noticed more today's pumping is the memes. Not memes, but gaming. Like Beam was up a lot too. Where's Beam at? Beam, probably AVAX is probably in that category. I think they're up like 7-8%. Moonbeam partnered with Polkadot. I guess they're at 4%. Well, I don't know. It's just flexing. Okay, it's flexing. Where's AVAX at? AVAX top 17. What are they up?
Yeah.
They're not up actually at all. But I figured most of the gaming was pumping because I have a couple over here on my personal bubbles doing quite well. Like Beam's a leader. Super's also a leader in there versus some of the other layer ones that I have saved. But they all have to go off for the last 24 hours. So it's kind of hard to tell. I feel like I had to talk over
you guys see the Chainlink news?
No, but did you see the XRP news?
Well, we'll get to that in a second.
About the Canadian ETF or something
tell me
else?
the XRP news. So Chainlink and MasterCard are partnering, and this is not just, you always hear about a partnership, right? However,
he uses MasterCard.
Chainlink and MasterCard are partnering to be able to buy crypto on chain with MasterCard. So
it can be pretty big.
Yeah. It's using, I forget which DEX it's using to do it, but it's integrating a DEX and Chainlink is providing intermediary services between the MasterCard transaction and the actual purchase from the DEX. So that's kind of wild if you think about it. Like, I don't know if we've ever actually seen anything like that. Not to my knowledge.
Great.
Yeah, for real, Calvin.
Yeah, no, that'd be good for Link. Yeah, you guys Link holders from back in the day?
I wish. I still like it. It's funny because Link's kind of slower, but it's such a solid infrastructural play. Like you can't go wrong with it.
I was. My average entry was maybe around $6-7. I sold in the 20s. I actually rode it to 50 in 2021, rode it back down, and then got my average entry down to about $6-7 and then sold in the 20s. And I did that because I was kind of consolidating my portfolio down to just Bitcoin, XRP, Cardano, Render, and Ondo. But the next one that I would look to add would be to add some more Chainlink back into my portfolio.
Yeah.
So, Yeah. Well, I say that today, but that's kind of like that kind of shifts with the winds. If you catch me tomorrow, I might say I might have a different answer. But you want to buy everything,
But Ada.
So what was the XRP news you were talking about?
Well, I'm struggling over here, Trent. I was really trying to pull it up, but I can't seem to find the Mr. Invisible over here. And Jesse seems to be able to find it a lot easier than me. For some forsaken reason, Twitter decided to betray me right now. But you know who Arthur Brito is?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you lead into it then? Because I can't find him.
You still haven't found his at?
Well, I haven't looked since we just talked. But I feel like he should.
At AA Brito, I got him.
I sent it to Trent. He can shoot it over to you.
Yeah, I see him. Let me
pull it up, Trent.
Okay.
Because you have such an amazing smile and a fantastic personality. You mimic Arthur Brito verbatim. The fact that XRP is bullish on Cardano and Cardano bullish on XRP, you guys are like a mirror image of each other, and how you guys want everything to better its crypto infrastructure and be able to partner up through the entire.
It's not showing any of his posts though.
Well, I think he just.
I think he's posted. Yeah, I think it's dormant.
But the background to him is he's the one that first said XRP was designed for $1,000 price target and for mass adoption globally. And whether you believe it will hit $1,000 or not, he was the first one that that put down everybody's radar. And I think it was him and Chris Larson and David Schwartz that really worked heavily on freaking. Is that him?
That's him right there. That's what he looks like in real life. Yeah, at AH Brito.
What did you type up?
You probably typed in 1T.
No, I typed in AH. You
guys
type in 1T. You guys sometimes homeschoolers.
Anyways, that's what he looks like right there in real life. Guys, that is the hidden face of XRP. I think that would actually be bearish. Well, what do you say we lead into some charts?
I'm so frustrated right now. Why can't I find this damn person?
Maybe just shadow banned, dude. Maybe just been shadow banned by Twitter.
It shouldn't be this hard to find somebody with 57,000 subscribers.
No.
Well, while you get on that rabbit trail, I'm going to hop over here and Bitcoin on the weekly chart. I'm going to make this. I'm going to do a little abbreviated version of this because, guys, we do have a guest on today, and we do want to hear about the latest from Caleb and Brown. We're happy to have them as an affiliate, and I will go ahead and say before we jump into the charts, guys, whatever you're not trading with or holding in your own self-custody, part of diversifying your portfolio is actually diversifying where and how you're holding your assets, right? And the reason why is because, why do we hold some of our funds on leveraged trading exchanges? Well, it's because we want to get exposure to the benefits and the risks that leverage provides for us, right? Why do you hold assets in your own self-custody? Because you're mitigating the risk of any third-party platform going under, and even the most reputable among them, right? And so you should always hold some of your crypto in self-custody. If you can be responsible with leverage and demo trade first and learn the do's and don'ts of the trading game, then you can. It might be to your advantage to hold some of your funds on a leveraged exchange. The one that I use myself is BYDFi. Build your dream finance, and we actually have I'll just hop over here and show our new user bonus. I don't know why that's up there. Hey, crypto Twitter's, algorithm. I'm not even on. Let me see here.
That's okay, Trey.
Profile. Okay, so $1,000 deposit bonus. If you deposit $100, you get a $60 bonus. If you deposit $500, you get a $100 bonus. If you deposit $1,000, you get a $200 bonus. And for depositing $5,000, you get a $1,000 bonus in your wallet. So, guys, it's one of the highest deposit bonuses in the game. It's a great place to take advantage of that. And when you sign up with our link, you get VIP level 2, which gives you 20% discount on trading fees, which is pretty substantial. And so, what I'm saying here is that I'll go back to the charts. What I'm saying here is that, it's good to diversify where and how you're holding your assets. And with Caleb and Brown, you get access to brokerage services where you're able to contact your broker at any time. You're able to send a message to your broker if you need to execute a trade, and you don't have to be glued to your desk to do this. You don't have to be able to pull up, navigate a DEX from your phone or whatever in order to make a swap. You can send a message to your broker, and they're actually going to aggregate the best price that they can find for you across their over-the-counter liquidity and access to different DEXs and stuff. I mean, your broker does this for a living. They're probably better at finding the best price than you are, right? And for your spot bags, that's pretty significant. If you can find the best price at the right time, hey. And you can also talk about your portfolio. You're not going to get financial advice, but you can talk through things, navigating the market with your broker. That's invaluable, especially if you don't have people in your real life that you can actually talk to about crypto and bounce ideas off. If you're only hearing YouTubers on the other side of the screen that, let's be honest, are limited in their ability to talk back to you about your personal decisions, then, I wish I had that in 2021 for sure. So anyways, we'll hear more about Caleb and Brown in a little bit from Jesse, but going into the weekly chart here.
Weekly.
What I'm seeing, and guys, I try not to be too clickbaity. So
I do. I try. He didn't tell you that.
Well, okay, I do try to be clickbaity, but in the sense that if I hint something in the title, I want to make sure that somewhere in the content I actually deliver what the title promised, right? And so that's what I mean by that. I mean, I will be clickbaity, but I want to put something in the title and then ignore it.
Clickbaity.
So in the title today, I said this Bitcoin target is insane. What do I mean by that? Well, on the weekly chart, we are forming a nice inverse head and shoulders pattern. The left shoulder is a little bit lower than the right shoulder. Okay, so, it's kind of like a slanted inverse head and shoulders pattern. It's not, the slant isn't crazy though. I mean, you look at it and you can see the head, the left shoulder, and the right shoulder. As a matter of fact, if I flip the chart on its head. No pun intended. Then look, you can see here. There's the head. There's the left shoulder. There's the right shoulder. Okay. If I showed you that pattern, and said that it was legal tender makes me feel better when it goes up. Hey, absolutely. Also, if this is your first time joining us on the show, I want to humbly.
He's touched me already. My feelings.
Oh, okay. Sometimes I don't know because T Squared does go live more than I do, because
I have a smile.
Anyways, if I showed you this pattern and you didn't know that it would like and subscribe to it now. Yes.
Yes, JJ.
Do it now.
So if I showed you this pattern and I said that it was, I didn't tell you that I inverted it, you would think this was bearish. Look, you're losing the 21 moving average, the 21 week moving average. I mean, not only did you lose, let's just pretend that this is not inverted, right? You lost the 21 week moving average. And not only did you lose it, you lost it pretty bad, pretty concisively. And you're forming a bear flag right here, right?
Hey, Jesse. You should say something. You should say something in the chat referencing Caleb and Brown so I can flash it on the screen.
Yeah, definitely. You guys have the link in the bio, yeah? So
yeah. But if you say something, I could pull out your comment onto the screen.
Oh,
you mean to join the chat? Yeah. It's asking me to connect, so let's see if I can do this. Apparently, access has been blocked.
Oh.
Let's have a look-see.
Tyler, did you block him?
No, I couldn't figure out how to find him if I wanted to.
Well, while you guys figure that out, if we treat this as a downtrend, okay? Look, you lost the 200 week moving average back here on October the 23rd. Okay, now again, bear with me here. This is flipped on its head. So in reality, we broke above the 200 moving average back in October.
Oh, let's go. Break above.
October the 16th, 2023, right? We had a bullish Q4 in 2023, and ever since that, we've been up. But let's pretend like this is bearish. We lost the 200 week moving average, the red line, and then we immediately lost the 21 week moving average. We trended down from there. We had a bull trap, right? In reality it's a bear trap, but we had a bull trap if this is a downtrend, right? We had a bull trap right here. We faked out above the 21 week moving average, and then we broke back below it with devastating momentum. And then we had another fake out, another bull trap. In reality, it was a bear trap, okay? This is when we went down to $74,000.
I remember that
not
day.
Too long ago. So, and when we did that, we formed the head right here. And then during that bull trap, after that bull trap, we lost the 21 moving average again. We lost it, and then we started to form a bear flag. So let's see here.
So why are you stochastics and RSI doing not stochastics, but your stochastics and MACD doing the opposites of each other?
What do you mean?
Well, one's going down, one's kind of starting to go up.
Well, I'll get to that in a minute. That's not. I mean, if you look at the MACD and the regular RSI, they're doing. They're corresponding, right?
I don't know because I don't use them anymore.
Oh yeah, the stochastics are more of a shorter term momentum.
Sarcasm.
Yeah. So, anyways, the target. Let's pull the measured move here.
Yeah, what's our target, Trent? Where is Bitcoin gonna insanely go?
Let's
Yeah,
pull
what's the end of the
measured
year
move.
prediction? Yeah.
Right, there we are. And that's showing 150 on the weekly. So I know that's not that insane, right? Now let me flip.
What are you
this out
talking
there.
about? That is way insane. I mean, I was thinking like
50% from here.
130. You're 20 grand over what I was thinking. That is insane. Hey Jesse, I could foresee another round of new BTCers on ramping into an exchange soon. What advice would you give them, and how can Caleb Brown help?
Yeah, good question, Calvin. Yeah, read it here. Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, I can talk more about CNB once Trent's done his TA, but essentially it's for people that are either asset rich but time poor, so really value that they can pick up a phone and call to a human, and they might not be the most savvy when it comes to interfaces or spot trading interfaces like this. Like, this will confuse a lot of older generation people that might have wealth in other areas of life, but want to get exposure to cryptocurrency. And this just like wigs them out, like they have no idea what they're looking at. So that's why they can talk to like a professional on the phone. But also people that are wanting to get into Bitcoin for the first time as well. And even if you're younger, and you're just not sure what you can do. Like, I don't know if you ever tried to chat to a bot on any of these dexes or sexes, and it is pretty tedious and like brain numbing, to say the least, to try and get a proper answer. But at least with us, we really take that relationship to the next level, and that's what we pride ourselves on, is being able to, even if it's your brokerage or your broker, or even just if it's customer support. So we have a lovely dedicated team of customer support professionals that can answer all of your queries, explain the basics or how we operate, break down our fees and things like that. Just to really hold your hand, throughout the process of getting exposure to Bitcoin or to XRP or to XLM or any of those other tokens that you want. So that's pretty much in a nutshell. And yeah, like we can probably see like more people coming on to Bitcoin and getting exposure to these, or at least Bitcoin in itself as like a store of value, just with all the uncertainty that's happening with the US now, getting involved in the Middle East. So who knows what that looks like, and we can talk about that more. And I'm sure everyone is doing nothing but talking about that, and the strike that happened a couple of days ago. So yeah, just really thinking about like diversifying, like Trent was saying, diversifying your assets, or don't have everything in one basket. And whether that's crypto and other stores of value, like precious metals is also something else that people are heavily interested in looking at. So yeah, happy to run through it more when Trent's done his little TA.
What do you mean by little T? No, I'm kidding. So she's like, that's cute. But, no, I'm kidding. You just talked about other assets. And you know what other asset I would like to invest in once I take my first big round of profits from crypto, is I'd like to invest in a couple bourbon barrels. They're actually, obviously gold first, right? I would buy that before I bought a couple of whiskey barrels, but I don't know.
Right.
Bourbon is an appreciating asset, okay?
Hey.
Plus you can get you can earn dividends, and hey, like what happens in like the event of in some kind of apocalyptic setting, and people can't, it's hard to buy from stores, point of sale crashes, everyone's depressed. I don't know, people might trade a little bit of gold for a little bit of bourbon, who knows.
Hey Trent, have you ever heard of the Sean Ryan show? Jesse, have you heard of the Sean Ryan show? It's kind of like Joe Rogan.
No.
Okay.
Well, I'm kind of surprised that you don't know this, Trent.
Mm.
Cardano Hoskinson's went on the show and had a 5-hour interview with him yesterday. 4.5 million subscribers.
Dang.
Yeah, wow, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
talking about Cardano blockchain and how it, crypto is the future.
Dang. Yeah, I didn't see it. Like I've been real busy in the hospital,
AJ,
you know.
our
That's
local
what's up.
Cardano boy.
Been real busy in the hospital, but
JJ, when are you gonna meet Trent?
right? Yeah, we got it. We got to do it, man. I was reading the midnight paper though.
Hey, we got a new person. Says, wait, I lost track.
Good question, Friday.
18 when alt season. What's up, Friday Kicks? Kicks, why are you doing on YouTube and not on Kick? That's my only question. Alt season's coming, brother. Don't you worry. We're looking at Bitcoin dominance rolling over on itself, and we're looking at. I'm trying to see myself. Ethereum starting to roll over on itself too, and Bitcoin's coming. I'm thinking the end of August to like July, end of July. I mean, to end of July, early August to probably December is when we're gonna be running, and we're expecting a phenomenal altcoin season. Phenomenal numbers, like you can't even face melt yourself. Phenomenal.
Calvin. No one can make you sound like an idiot, Calvin.
Thanks, Jesse.
Friday Kick said, "I'm
I
broke."
made him sound like an idiot. What did I say?
Friday Kick said, "I'm broke. I'm broke AF. Putting money in for 4 years."
Hey, that makes
Yeah.
4 of us, I can assure you.
Yeah, no worries, man. We're all in the same boat. Dude,
All
but,
in the same boat.
we got the knowledge and the know-how. We're gonna this alt season is gonna bring so many new people, and we're gonna be the next round after them where we're gonna start. That looks much better. Where we start developing. We're gonna be ahead of them. We're gonna know how the bear market plays out. And I think this might be the last traditional bear market. So don't you worry, Friday. You're going to make good money, man. Just have a DCA strategy out. You will do it, dude. I mean, if you could just plan to start taking 10% of your money out for like, July, August, September, October, November, December, you're going to do phenomenal, bro. Don't you worry.
Look, in your crypto journey, if you subscribe to the Blockchain Brew,
And check it out. JJ feels you. Calvin feels you.
you may not be subscribing to the best community on crypto YouTube, or the biggest community on crypto YouTube, or the most intelligent community on crypto YouTube, but you will be joining the most hydrated community on crypto YouTube.
There you go. And I was gonna say also, Friday. We might not look like just a bunch of regular guys. We have been around this space, man. Me and Trent have worked for a bit for crypto. We've seen the environment, we've seen the history, we've seen the past. We come to give you guys the best knowledge and know-how what we can. We've taken all that treasure and gold nuggets that we dug and sifted through the dirt for, and we're gonna give it to you guys. Just right there. There it is.
But
So
I have to say this though, Friday Kicks. If you are holding blue chip, I mean that's a controversial term, right? What is a blue chip?
Cardano.
If you are holding coins that are going to be here in 10 years, can you drop those in there for him, T-Square?
You asking me?
Yeah. He said, what's your X handles? I'll drop it in there in a minute when I finish my sentence. If you're holding coins that are going to be here in 10 years, like you may feel broke right now because times are hard, inflation is up, the job market, unemployment is not high in the United States. It's not. However, it's a little bit of a mixed signal because if you're out of a job, it's actually kind of hard to find new jobs right now. It just means that there aren't a lot of layoffs, right? But there's also not a lot of new jobs being created. So if you are out of work, it's hard to find work, but unemployment is not bad. So we're in a mixed bag right now where it feels that the statistics that the Federal Reserve goes by says that it's not that bad. But what the everyday person is feeling is it feels tough right now, right? So if you feel broke, but you're holding blue chip coins that are going to be here in 10 years, hey, your bank account might not be where you want it to be, but
eggs might not be where you want them to be.
but if you have 10,000 XRP or 10,000 Cardano, or you have 0.01 BTC, or you have one whole ETH, all of that matters. And I would rather you grind right now, accumulating and holding stuff that's going to stick around. I would rather you grind right now and do that, not financial advice, but I would rather you grind right now and do that than be make a lot of money but be broke, right? Like, you make a lot of money but you don't have any assets, or you make a lot of money but have no savings. So I don't know. I would just encourage you to reorient what you're, the way that you're thinking about that. If you're holding good assets, you're certainly not broke. And if your mindset is filled with positivity and positive energy and
happiness,
fruit of the spirit, yeah, like T-Square is saying, love, joy, peace, gentleness, kindness, patience, self-control,
happiness,
happiness, then you're not broke. So anyways,
and you got Trent and me.
Yeah. And the Brew Crew, the most hydrated community on YouTube. And you have a personal broker that you can talk to just by creating an account with Caleb and Brown. You can take it away for a minute, T-Square, while I paste our X handles in the chat.
I didn't do it. I thought I did it.
No. He's asked. Oh, yeah, you did. You did.
I'm so upset right now.
I'll paste my personal one in there for him too.
That's self-publicity.
Well, I mean, hey,
I see how it is. Guys, New York mayor says former Governor Cuomo destroyed the crypto industry. What? Go into it. New York City Mayor Eric Adams lashed out against former Governor Andrew Cuomo for his misguided approach to regulatory cryptocurrencies in the state. Speaking at permissionless conference on Tuesday, Adams said New York State dismantled and destroyed the crypto industry under Cuomo's leadership, which spanned from 2021 until his resignation in 2021. Okay. Cuomo is now running for mayor of New York City, which is primary scheduled this last week ahead of the mayoral election November 4th. It's just kind of funny because you're like, I'll be the governor of the whole state, but now I'm only going to be a mayor for the city because I sucked as governor, so I'm going to step down. I want to reapply for the lower tier thing. You know what? I'm not trying to hate on the guy, but I'm hating on him a little bit. Adam has emerged as an advocate for pro-crypto policies in the state, vowing to build out the pipeline to allow the city's services to be paid via digital assets. When he was elected mayor, he accepted his first 3 paychecks in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Earlier this year, Adams' push for Bitcoin-backed bonds were rejected by comptroller Brad Lander, who called plan legally dubious and fiscally irresponsible to the public. So, Trent, I have all this emotion right now, and you had me on the bottom. No one can see it.
Hey, real quick, we have a very important comment that came in. It's one of those things that we have to stop and Okay. I don't want to say shepherd, but like
you shepherd him and I'll shepherd you. Okay, go ahead. You got this, Trent.
So Friday, you say, I swear I feel like killing myself sometimes. Been done with being stupid. I don't know how old you are or aren't. I have a feeling you're not old, right? I have a feeling you have decades of life ahead of you. And the thing is, man, you are your greatest asset, not the amount of dollars in your bank account, not the amount of Bitcoin in your wallet. You are your greatest asset because your dollars can grow, you can stack more sats, but if you're not investing in yourself, if your mind and your heart are not in a good place, it doesn't really matter because money makes you more of who you already are. Like, you come into a lot of money, you're just going to be more of the person that you already are. If you're already kind and generous, you're going to be more generous. If you're already destructive and selfish, you're going to be more destructive and selfish and flagrant and wasteful if you come into money. I mean, look, I've seen it in the crypto industry. I'm not going to put someone on blast, but I've seen it from a very large YouTuber. Like, look, it doesn't fix your life, right? You are your biggest asset, and it takes time. It takes time. Put your head down. Know that you're going to reevaluate things in 10 years. Look, if I can give you one piece of advice, Friday.
Don't buy Ethereum at 4K.
Your emotions right now are the fruit of your mindset 5 years ago. If the things that you were saying and believing about God and about yourself and about other people 5 years ago, if all of those things are negative, well, no wonder you're feeling negatively right now, right? This thing takes time to undo and unwind and to be sanctified and to be transformed. If you can start speaking positivity into your life right now, and when it comes to your portfolio and your journey in crypto, if you can start saying, look, in 10 years, I'm not going to stop and evaluate my success day to day or week to week. Like, I'm not going to stop and evaluate my success right now. I'm going to stop and determine that I'm going to evaluate my success in 10 years. And I don't care what happens right now. I'm going to learn to make better choices. I'm going to stack sats. I'm going to change my ways and my bad habits with 100x degen gems, crypto gems, altcoin gems. I'm going to make sure that anywhere from 25 to 50% of my portfolio is in Bitcoin. I'm going to make sure that at least 25% of my portfolio is in blue chips, and XRP, Cardano would be my choices. But hey, and then I'm going to DCA. I'm going to dollar cost average, because whatever I've been doing hasn't worked for me, or at least I don't feel like it's worked for me. I'm going to dollar cost average, and I'm going to buy the fear, and I'm going to sell the greed, right? And I'm going to stop the rat race, and I'm just going to do what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to buy the fear and sell the greed. The first 2 or 3 times that you do it, your heart is going to race. You're going to feel the adrenaline pump. You're going to say, oh, like, you're going to sell the greed, and you're going to say, oh shit, it's going to keep going, like, right? Or you're going to buy the fear, and you're going to feel like, oh, what did I do? It's going to keep dipping. Look, you do it 15 times in a row, and you're going to be in a winning position, right? Like, don't evaluate your success day to day. Evaluate your success in terms of years and decades. Yeah.
I do love you, but we've been here for 8 minutes.
Okay. Real quick. Friday, I just need you to know that like your life is not riding on your position right now in these last 4 years. Like, keep going, don't give up, and know that you're in it for the long run. Mark your calendar, set an alert on your iCalendar for
Just stop by every day, man. We'll hit you up. We'll talk to you. We'll chill.
Yeah. Set an alert on your iCalendar for 2030 and then evaluate your success. So you can take it away, T-Square. Sorry.
Okay. No, it's okay. I have to figure out where I was last at. You know what's funny, Trent, is that I don't think you told me, but why isn't it sharing the screen?
I will say we've been on for 50 minutes, and I know that Jesse usually carves out about an hour. Why don't we give him I know.
Most of the time.
I know.
And now you're cutting out my segment.
But why don't we give Jesse these next 10 minutes, and then we'll stay on the road.
I'm gonna give you the snip.
I know.
Molly, come in here. I know you can't hear me. I'm calling.
She can't
Molly.
hear you. The door's closed.
Yeah, I will.
Take it away, Jesse. Why what haven't we
Oh my goodness. Okay, yes. Still a phone.
what's something unique that we haven't discussed together about Galen Round? That might be hard. We might have covered about everything, but
Well, it's a simple one still off the phone.
She's not gonna answer me. She's taking your side right now. She's watching you on YouTube. I can already tell. No, this is a teamwork, Trent. This is teamwork. Spouses agreeing with you.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, I'm so upset.
Calvin, yes, we do. So even though our headquarters are in Melbourne, Australia, our primary audience is from the US. So we service everyone within the US of A, besides New York, unfortunately. We also don't service people in Canada, or another big city would be the UK or England. But yes,
hi,
even though we are
Molly.
based in Australia,
Hi.
we do service people from all around the world.
You're on YouTube right now. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know that your husband went on a rant on YouTube for 15 minutes, and then it was my turn to go, and he cut me out. And I said, I'm going to call Molly, and I'm going to tattletale on you. He said, no, you won't. And I said, yes, I will. And I thought it was a conspiracy because you didn't answer at first, but apparently he ranted. It was a good rant. He ranted about this guy who needed a hand in life, but he cut me out, and I have hurt feelings now.
Oh my gosh! You should have the next 20 minutes.
Okay, thank you, Molly. I agree.
hey, Friday is from Sydney. Look at that.
Thank you,
Love that.
Molly.
It's a good city. It's a beautiful city. Where are you from, Leo Johnny? What country do you reside in?
He resides in Alberta,
Alberta.
which is Canada. Canada.
Yeah. So anyway, if you
They technically prefer the term 51st state, but it's something. Don't
My mama's
encourage
from
him.
Australia.
Just ignore him. That's what I have to do regularly, so you won't miss
That's fair.
anything. You won't miss anything with Leo. But
Yep.
But you were in the middle of saying that 50% of or most of your users are from the US.
I think it's around 80% of our users are from the US, and we're currently in quite a rapid expansion. So we're setting up an office in Fort Lauderdale or in Miami or Florida. We're actually flowing as of last week. We're flowing staff out there who are now setting up, having boots on the ground, ready to meet clients in person. So that's really exciting. So that's on the East Coast in Florida. And then we have obviously long-term, plans to build on the West Coast as well.
yeah,
Which might
Florida,
be
right?
a couple of months away. Yeah. So we're in Florida at the moment. Not quite up and running, but it is in the works. In the next couple of weeks, we should be up and running. And then we're expanding in Australia as well. But yeah, our main demographic is heavily based to the US for sure.
Is that because that the US is more crypto friendly, or is Australia just as crypto friendly?
Australia is just as crypto friendly. Our government isn't as heavily wanting to be the pioneer as say Trump is. He's obviously realized that no other government has done this before. If I'm the first one to do it, I will be leading the pack. I will have the last say, and people will follow what I do, as we're now seeing with like Argentina, for example. But also you need to realize, even though Australia land size is huge, it's almost just as big as the US. Our population is only a fraction of what the US is. Like we're under 30 million. I think we're 27 million in all of Australia. The US is like 350 million. Yeah. So there's a big difference there. So it just means it's a bigger market. America is sort of the tech industry, or the standard, for innovation.
That's
and
so
for,
interesting.
They've been thought leaders in the progressive area like cryptocurrency and AI and those emerging technologies.
That's really interesting. You point that out because being from America, like we don't feel that special. Like we sometimes feel behind in everything that we do. So it's I guess it's a good thing for you to say. You hear that, Leo? Suck it. America's a pioneer for crypto. I put you in timeout so you can't even comment. So eat it and weep.
Can't just be putting our community on timeout.
Yeah, he's not part of. He's kind of part of the community, but he's part of my not community. I know him personally. So he's trolling for a reason.
Okay. And we did miss one though from Jason Becker. He said I use BitUnix. I'm up a bit on XRP, ETH, BTC. Everyone says take profits. If I take profits, doesn't that hurt my possible future highs? Well, or my possible future higher number? Well, I'll give you the quick, long and short of that. If you can think about, I want you to think about this long and hard.
Maybe I should do the long and short, Trent.
Oh, real quick. This is a good one.
Okay,
this is a good one. Real quick.
I'm
How long do you wait to make to double your money, to 2x your bag, right? If you were holding XRP in 2022, 2023, it took you 2 years to get a double, right? If you are trading and taking profits along the way, what's a good return in the stock market? 8% a year, 8% APY, average annual percentage yield. What if you can make 1% every day? Now it's harder than it sounds. It takes discipline. But if you can make 1% every day, you're making 52% a year. Now just think about it.
365%.
Go ahead, Tyler. Oh, what was that, Jesse?
He said 365%, 1% a year. But anyways,
Sorry,
is that you can't catch the top, bro. Okay, and so dollar cost averaging your profits is guaranteeing that you win every trade versus lose every trade. And then Staria just Friday, he said Staria just started doing BTC ATMs just now, while us has been doing it for a few years now. What's really interesting about Bitcoin ATMs? We started demolishing them because nobody was buying them out of ATM. I mean, how often do you trust buying Bitcoin out of an ATM? And so nobody was using them. People just sign up with Coinbase. But I think it shows that there's adoption and people are interested in it. The fact that people want to develop that.
Have either of you guys ever used one?
I've looked at one.
In 2017, I bought some of my first Bitcoin by taking cash to a news agency. So I would give them cash over the counter, and then they would deposit it into my Bitcoin address, which I thought was pretty cool. But no, I think ATMs are pretty not tedious, but just cumbersome and chunk and just very cloggy, I think. Especially today when everyone has access to the internet, can make an account for free. Can sign up KYC pretty easily, and just do it that way. It's a lot more straightforward.
You know why you would want to use one, right?
I know that. Huh?
Tax evasion. I mean, you can cash out up to $400 from the ATM every day and not have to report, right? Now,
you're paying 20% fees or 15% fees. I don't know if that's tax evasion. It's like paying the tax.
Just paying tax. Might as well pay tax at that point, honestly.
Somebody else.
Touche. Yeah, that's
Yeah, you pay double in taxes if you want to do it right.
I didn't think about it like that. But if you want no hidden fees,
No,
where can you go to?
The fees right here. Hey, FYI, it's cost you 10-15%.
If you want no
Oh,
hidden
gosh.
fees, you can get one flat 3.5% fees on trades with Caleb and Brown. No fees on deposits, withdrawals, or to talk to your broker.
And
Exactly.
they take orders too.
Anything
just
else
like
I
ATM.
missed?
Yeah,
They
no,
take
and it's
orders
even
and
it's
venues.
free to deposit. You can we put all of our clients' assets in cold storage. So we're very big advocates for cold storage. Either if you're confident and comfortable using your own cold storage, and then only use us as a mechanism to trade, that also works. But we are also, if you were to keep your assets with us, we also store them 1-for-1 on a cold wallet, as we utilize Fireblocks. So. And yeah, so like Trent was saying, it's a very transparent, flat 3.5% fee only when you buy or sell or trade. No withdrawal fee, no deposit fee, and no holding fee. And then you can also there's also no withdrawal limit, which is a really good one. So if you've done really well in the space and you're sitting on quite a nice pile and you want to take profits of maybe mid 6 figures, early 7 figures, I know not everyone's in that position. But a lot of people have come into really low withdrawal caps at other exchanges where they can only withdraw 10 or 25 grand at a time. And if you're doing quite well, that could take you days or weeks to pull out. But at Caleb Brown, no matter how large it is, we can, once we do the verification and the ID checks and everything like that, we took all the boxes. You can do one, withdraw it all at once, essentially, which is a very, very nice thing to have in the back of the mind if you are dealing with larger numbers.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Hey, Trent,
Yeah.
did you see that? Is it right here? Useless coin is up 667% for the month.
I've never heard of useless coin until right now.
I wouldn't bet the house on that one.
But it has existed since June last month. So this could be the next XRP.
Did you guys see the Canadian exchange listed an XRP ETF? I think yesterday or the day before.
I did.
3 IQ, I think it was.
That's pretty big. It is just around the corner. I feel like in the US.
Well, that's how I think the time window is like August to like September is when like the SWI, the XRP, the Ethereum, I think it was already done. AVAX, Hedera, probably Stellar, like all the main blue chips have the time windows up for their XRP, which is why we think. When do you think altcoin season is, Jesse, and when do you think it's going to end?
Like at the moment, what's
opinion.
the Bitcoin dominance? Like 65% at the moment.
The Bitcoin dominance currently is 65% and a half.
Yeah.
Currently it is at 65.29.
My gut is telling me with the uncertainty, because everyone listens to the headline news of the America getting involved in Iran, and people think, okay, well what's a hedge against government-backed fiat, which would be gold and Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's dominance, maybe for the short future, you could potentially see it to continue to strengthen, I guess. But I still believe there is another leg left in this in this cycle. Before we might enter the hard start, like to the end of the year. So what are we now? Halfway. We're kind of coming up to the start of July. But also, like you said before, I think that the years of the 4-year cycle are over. The times of the 4-year cycle are over because adoption is going to be too large now. So with institutions, with governments.
Last bear market or last traditional bear market where we get like let's say a 60% drop, 50% drop. You think we'll still get like a bear market, but just not as nasty?
Not as drastic, but you still see potentially 80 or 90% of shit coins and bad projects still go 99% down.
Yeah.
That's always going to happen just because it's too saturated with everyone's new token that they're shilling. But with Bitcoin, potentially XRP, again, not financial advice, with Ethereum and those other blue chip tokens that have lasted the test of time, you could see it's still correct, but not nearly as drastic as you've seen, the last cycles. Yeah.
Sorry.
No NFA, but
He doesn't have a hat. He's feeling left out.
Yeah. he has to be unbiased, guys.
If it was a hat, it would be. I don't know. What would you like? You want Stellar? I was gonna say AVAX, but maybe you don't want AVAX.
Yeah, gonna use my Fifth Amendment there.
Well,
but yes, that's a little bit of the outlook, I guess. From where I stand. But also, like Jason was asking, like, when should you take profits? Like, if you're in the green, if you're ahead, no one's ever gone broke taking profits. You're never gonna catch the top. All you're gonna do is hold your bag for another cycle, and you're gonna hate yourself afterwards. I've done it twice now. This is my third cycle. And something that I need to learn and reinstate is you don't go broke taking profits. So just take a little bit off the top. Take 1%, 5%, 10%. If you're significantly in the green, put it into stable coins, put it on the side, and just DCA out on the way up, rather than trying to wait till the tippy top and you take 100% out and you absolutely nail it. Like, that's not going to happen. We can almost guarantee that that's not going to happen. So if it means something to you, and if it's like the profit would improve the quality of your life, then start DCAing out. Yeah,
for sure. I agree.
We're about the donuts right now in the 2 week.
I do know, Jesse, that it's been an hour and 6 minutes. You good?
Yeah, I do have to bounce when you guys. Yeah, I got another meeting coming up. But it was awesome chatting to you guys. Are you guys going to continue running the live, or?
Yeah,
guys. Jesse from Caleb Brown. Everybody, give him a quick applause, man. Thanks for showing up, guys. The community is always here to support, and we're always here to listen. And we love the Caleb Brown out here talking to and educating our new community. And we're growing, guys. We're growing. When
I like that. Yeah, it's good
came on, we had like one viewer, and that was Jesse. And now we're at 30. So 30x where we were at.
Any last words? Not like for your life, but for the stream.
Showing up.
Stay strong. I long-term hodl. That's what I eat and breathe every day. But also, if you guys want to talk to other people, it's completely free to sign up, create an account. You don't have to deposit money as well. Or you can even use us just as a cold storage solution completely for free. Just sign up, put in whatever it is, and we'll put it in cold storage for you. Then you can withdraw it for free as well. So there's no fees associated. Or call one of our lovely customer support people to hear more about us. But if not, stay tight. We are, I believe, more turbulence to be expected, especially after the last couple of days. But the night's darkest is just before the dawn, as they say.
You know who the winner is, right? We dropped those bombs, those bunker busters.
Those bunker busters from the B2.
Nobody saw it coming. We flew those B2s way so high up there, man. Those are like 30-year-old planes. Imagine where our technology is nowadays.
Top Gun Maverick should have based their movie around that, rather than whatever Tom Cruise did. Literally, that's like movie worthy what you guys have done.
Yeah,
someone's gonna make a movie about it.
Hey, he did plan it. He did talk to Russia and China and said, "Hey, we'll fly in your airspace, maybe." So just letting you guys know that don't attack us if we drop bunker bombs on Iran and then this. And they're like, "Okay, why not? We like you." So
yeah, love it. Anyway, I got to bounce, guys. Lovely talking to you, and let's book it in for another one.
Sounds good, Jesse. Take care, brother.
See you, boys. See you, chat. Bye.
See you later. Bunker busters.
Do you guys have stories about BitBoy? That was the guy that brought me into crypto. Man,
dude, we got stories on stories on stories on stories.
So,
do you guys have stories about BitBoy? The guy who brought me into crypto too.
Yeah, me too.
How long? Piece of lettuce on the ground.
How long you been with us? Do you know much about our background?
I'm the Food Alliance manager. They really fell into it.
Yeah. If you remember Pluto Alliance,
of course they remember it.
No, yeah, of course. It was one of the biggest things that ever happened on the stream. I mean, if you're an OG, like that alien is actually pronounced alien.
I have a book. I have my book. I
I've
actually didn't know
never
that after
missed
Ben
his
signed
show
it. And I'm like, oh, he misspelled it.
I've never missed his show since 2021. I don't know nothing about you guys. Sorry. Wow. So look,
We stayed under the radar.
yeah, T Square is actually the he started working for. Well, you tell your story. Why am I telling you?
You know, I started working with him because crappy stuff was happening. Blue Alliance with, I wouldn't say the best of characters, and I went on the BitBoy cruise, and I called out a bunch of the crappy stuff that I saw happening. I said, you need to have people invested in this project that wants what's best for everybody, and that's kind of how I got my get-go. And I said, I'm only going to take this job because I didn't really want this job. As a way, I want direct communication with you, Ben, if I take this, and I want to be able to build it back better. And we were doing amazing things those first 3 months before it all came crashing down on its head. Amazing things.
Yeah.
And it was because we were invested, and I had direct contact with them. And me and Ben were going against the grain. You know, we were going against the grain. We were doing things that people didn't like because less money was going to other people's pockets. More money was going into the business, I guess, in a weird sense. You know, Trent always says that Ben's the most misunderstood represented character in crypto.
Yeah.
And it's the truth, man. And a lot of the story we can't even publicly say yet. So we're kind of in this weird zombie void where we kind of have to wait for things to play out. You know, we have to let time go by because of legal ramifications. I don't know if it's like there's like a process, you know, like you can't prosecute certain people in Congress because like past the deadline of prosecution. You know, I don't know how it works, but it's the same thing with crypto. We can't talk about certain things right now, but guys, if you ever meet me in person, please pull me aside. I would love to talk to you. I love talking to people. I'll buy you a coffee. Coffee's on me, and we can talk about it.
Yeah. So, you know, part of my background with BitBoy is that my wife and I started working for Hit Network in, well, at first, it was really it was her job. She didn't know anything about crypto. I was helping her in the background kind of pick the right clips to post, but they were looking for someone to create vertical clips and for socials and YouTube shorts. It was in 2021, right when all of that started to take off, and so yeah, you know, my wife. If you've watched his stream every day since 2021, you may have heard him mention Molly.
You probably got it at the same time as I did Friday.
Yeah, me too. And so yeah, Molly's my wife, and she's at one point she was going to direct the whole social media department at Hit Network. When they ousted Ben in August of 2023, right around my birthday, we jumped ship. My wife and I, we jumped ship and we went with him. Slightly before that, yeah, exactly. Yeah, slightly before that, I started writing scripts with them, and you know, my wife and I jumped ship and went with Ben in August of 2023. The decision was really simple for us. It was an issue of integrity. You know, it was Ben's company. He was the 67% shareholder, and you know,
what happens at 67% right about now?
Well,
because he's supposed to get paid out, right?
From what I understand, the judge has dismissed all cases.
Yeah, but he still owns 67%. Like, you know,
that's what I'm saying. But he right now, as of the moment, he's in jail, and the best that I understand is that the judge has dismissed all the cases and will not hear them. And so, where is he supposed to go? To argue his 67%, where is he supposed to go outside of Cobb County?
I wonder if he can go to a higher court though, and still be on track. I don't know.
I hope so. I hope so.
But then you have to wait for the 10-year term, though. I mean, because it's a 10-year case.
Yeah, yeah. And so, you know,
No. Besides, like a little bit of marijuana, you know, to help calm his nerves. No.
No, look. And the marijuana did not start till much later. when he was August of 2023, when they accused him of that, he was only on diet pills and some tren, because he would lift weights a lot. Tren is an anabolic. I wouldn't call it a steroid. It's more like an aggressive pro-hormone. It's for weightlifting though. You know, and it was making him a little bit of a little testosterone filled, right? Like, you know, but no, that was a scapegoat. You know, after everything that happened to him, yes, he started smoking a lot of weed because he said it was the only way it was the only way that he could sleep without nightmares, is what he would say. And look, I'll prove to you how close we are to this. Maybe I shouldn't do this, but
You got a couple other comments too.
I'm not really getting paid right now, so well,
You
he's
also
in jail.
more
But
comments too, Trent.
oh, let me see. Not that it matters, but didn't know the ties you two had to him. Hope he's doing okay. We appreciate that, Kelvin. I mean, if you watch
You
our
also one too.
where at?
One directly above it.
Oh yeah. I'll have Honest as a big Ben fan. I used to use every video of him. Things went off for him when Cassie entered. I have to be silent on that one. I honestly, Friday, I do not know what I think about that. And me and T Square both met Ben and Cassie in their house in January. We both talked to both of them extensively on the phone. Like, at one point, my wife and I had a very good relationship with Cassie. I'm not saying that we do or don't right now. I'm just saying that I'm very close to it, and I don't even know what I think about that. So, you
know my opinion?
Yeah,
I'll give you my opinion. I think Cassie loved Ben. I really do. And I think she, my first perspective of her, I was very hesitant to her because of the things that I thought she posted on her social media, and I got to know her, and I thought that she really. I asked Trent one day, I was like, "Is Cassie good for Ben?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "You know what? I think so too. I think she's a really good human being." And so that's all. That's what we're gonna say on that subject. I think she genuinely wanted what was best for Ben.
I do think she has a good heart. I don't think she's the person that crypto Twitter portrays her to be. Look, I'll say this much. As much as we didn't kind of her and I had a little, back and forth, I guess, like disagreements, at one point. But I don't even know if I would say it like that. I don't know if her and I even know what that was. Anyways,
Trent's thinking. He's processing.
Yeah. I'll say it like this. At one point in summer of 2024, Ben was pretty stressed with all of this, and my wife and I were making $1,650 a week at the new company from Ben. And we also had a thumbnail designer, two video editors. We had a little team, right, on the new channel I'm talking about, and and then also like J Chains was getting paid pretty well too, and the overhead was not cheap for employees, and we were in between the state sponsorship and a pretty nice monthly retainer with Femex, and we were in between those two things, and Cassie paid all of our paychecks from her personal savings, from what I understand. That's what she said. All I know is things were rough. Ben was not making a lot of content, and we were still getting paid for a few weeks there. And like, you know, Cassie says that she paid us that out of her personal, you know, savings, and I don't have any reason not to believe her. Like, I think that she's a good person. She's not who crypto Twitter, you know, makes her out to be. I also think a lot of stuff was really complicated, and a lot of stuff was toxic for all of us. But anyways, I will prove to you how close we are to the situation, though. And I probably shouldn't do this, but
Hey, what the heck?
I'm gonna do it anyways. If I come over to share this tab instead, and where am I?
And he's gone. We don't want him to show that.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No. I mean, I trust you. If you
No, I have no idea what he's gonna show. I was literally making a joke.
Oh, okay. Well, I gotta remove yours from stage first, and then yeah. So if I come over here to my, it was all my opinion, nothing from Twitter. I was going, well, look. I don't. I know why you said that, and I don't necessarily think that's wrong. I just think it's more complicated than that. And what do I mean by that? You said things went off for him when Cassie entered. Also, his own PTSD from what happened, like he couldn't let it go. He lost what it meant to be Ben, and he couldn't be Ben. He couldn't be Ben if he couldn't be BitBoy. And Cassie didn't do that to him. You know, there was a lot going on that just coincided with Cassie coming into the picture. Now, if you back up to 2023, yeah, Cassie entered the picture. The affair, I get it. Like that, I can never condone that part as a Christian. However, he was responsible for that too, not just Cassie. You know, did you really do? Anyways, yeah. So if I come over here to my personal Twitter, and I switch my accounts right here, I'm actually still logged into his Twitter. Right, you can see it there. I could post from his profile right now if I wanted. That is how close we are to the situation, and I'm gonna get off of there now. But I just want you to know.
We want to pray for him. We want what's best for him.
Yeah.
He's a good man. You know,
Yeah.
I can't say everybody's a good person, but I want you to get to know Ben. You understand, man. He was a stressful situation, and I think he's a good man. I think he wants what's best for everybody in crypto.
He does.
He wants help.
And I do think like crypto is a better place with Ben Armstrong in it. The problem is it's not a better place with just BitBoy in it. It's a better place with BitBoy in it as the on-screen persona. But it's a better place when he's Ben in his heart and he's secure, you know, in who he is outside of I like until he turned against AJ and Jason. I know.
Oh, we were right there with you. That's why we all like AJ and J Chains are good people.
I know. I get it. I have sympathy for him, even with that though, because he was just he was manic. You have to understand that he was manic. Like the list of conspiracies of who was out to get him was he was manic. It's like holding it's like holding it against someone forever. I'm not saying you're holding it against him forever. It's crypto ain't crypto without BitBoy's rants. Hey, that's the truth. I don't know. I really do hope and pray that that he's back at it in a healthy way, and that crypto YouTube gets the pleasure of BitBoy's rants again. Like it's nostalgic. It's really nostalgic for all of us in the Bit Squad. I mean, what a time! Like I don't know what else to say. It's the nostalgia is deep, and I miss it. I miss it more than I can even put into words. You know.
Me too.
Yeah. Where do we go from there? What
I don't know if we can go any from there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the truth. Me and Trent are going to talk about this stream after you guys get off because we have so much to catch up on about him, man. We miss him.
Yeah.
But anyway, should we sign off then?
I guess so.
Hey, two of you guys out there, we don't know who you are. I don't believe you were in the comments, but I could be wrong. Maybe Friday you are one of them. We're getting to enough number now of subscribers. It's hard to keep track of everybody. But the two are out there that subscribed to us tonight, thank you very much. I mean, we really do support we really enjoy the local support, and we really want to grow in this space. We want to be the good apples that come from all this drama with YouTubers, pretty much with crypto YouTubers, because I feel like a lot of them are honest. A lot of them they take the first cash grab and they're not very open about it. I think there's ways to do it. I don't think anybody's really done it right. And I think that a lot of people out there, we want to be real and we don't want to see anybody hurt. And we're in this space with you. I've been here since 2020, so 5 years. This is like really my second bull run. I don't know if Trent's in the same boat as me. I'm pretty sure he is. And we're here for the long haul, man. If you guys go back and check, we've been here every single day, live every day, not just pre-recorded videos, not throwing like Coin Daily under the bus or Coin Bureau who don't go live. And
Coin Bureau is an actor, though.
But we want to be here. We want to be here for everybody. We want to be live. We want to be able to be part of the community because you are what makes us us. You guys are what keeps us the most hydrated community out there. Otherwise, it'd just be me and Trent. How boring would that be? Hey guys, come. I wouldn't say. I say, hey Trent, come. Just me and you. We're gonna watch ourselves drink beer and talk about crypto. But you guys are what makes the community. It's not just me and Trent. You guys are the life that we have. And I really enjoy it. Trent really enjoys it. And we appreciate every single one of you for showing up and supporting us, liking and subscribing to us, and check us out on the X and doing everything we can do. And you know what, guys? We've been doing it for 4 months by now, and we have 250 subscribers. Okay, we're almost a quarter way to 1,000. And we're still trying to figure it out. We've been involved in this a long time. We've been connected to a lot of people, but we're the first time in the spotlight. If you go back to our early videos, I don't got shades on, so it's like, I'm like, delete those thumbnails. I don't want those out there, but we really appreciate you guys. And like I said, if you ever see me out in the real world, stop, talk. I'll buy you a coffee. We'll hang out. I'll take the time with you because I enjoy talking and I think everybody has something to give. And anyways, we appreciate you showing up, and I'll probably get ready to sign off unless you have anything to add, Trent.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, guys. We're the most hydrated crypto community out there. Peace. See you tomorrow at 7:30 Pacific Northwest time.